January, also National Mentoring Month. And in case you're wondering why mentoring is so important.
This looks good. You don't need this little clip art over here. So let's take that out. Incredible dancer. I don't know if people are going to believe you.
I see.
You sure want to do that?
Yeah, set me up.
All right. The first time I saw the White House was in 1984. I just graduated from college. I was working as a community organizer out of the Harlem campus of the City Colleges in New York. You got to have your elbow in a little bit. All right. Release. Make sure it's on your fingertips.
Maybe I should shoot lefty.
You can try that.
I got one shot at this. Oh, yeah.
Oh, man.
That's what I'm talking about.
That's what I'm talking about. That's science right there. I'm really proud of you, man. That's a wonderful volcano.
Thank you, man.
You don't need all the time in the world or all the answers to be the mentor someone needs. And you don't need to be an NBA star or the President of the United States to be someone's hero.
Support my brother's keeper.
Be a mentor.
That video was done in 2016 for My Brother's Keeper, President Obama's national push for mentors. And speaking of mentors, we're joined now by Linnell Ramey, Executive Director of Mentor Greater Milwaukee. Linnell, always good to see you. Thanks for coming on to Black Nouveau.
Thanks for having me. Thank you.
Absolutely. So first off, just talk about the need for mentors. How great is that need, especially here in our city and our area?
Absolutely. Well, you know, data tells us 1 in 3 young people right now do not have a mentor in their life. But data also tells us when a young person has a mentor in their life, they're more likely to succeed in high school, they're more likely to apply to go to college, they're more likely to become a mentor, and one of my favorite data points, which is 130% more likely to be a leader in their peer group right now. So we know when a young person is surrounded by mentors, they perform better because they have the confidence instilled in them from those adults who are supporting them.
We'll talk about those benefits in just a little bit, but I want to talk now about what we have going on this month. It's National Mentoring Month,
yes.
And you have the symposium going on. Talk about that.
Absolutely. So National Mentoring Month is an opportunity for us to celebrate mentoring as a whole. But on January 18th, we're actually going to be hosting a mentoring symposium. We'll have 13 different workshops that'll be occurring from 8:30 to 2:30. We're also going to be hosting a mentoring luncheon award ceremony where we're going to be announcing a Mentor of the Year, a Program Partner of the Year, and a Keith Carrington Mentoring Educator of the Year award. So it's a great opportunity for people to come learn about not only how to be involved, but how to become a better mentor overall.
So how does someone become a better mentor? Just talk about those benefits of being a mentor, but also a mentee too, because the kids, the mentees, they get a lot of it as well.
Well, you know, young people, you know, we want them to be a vessel and be open to receiving that support. To be a good mentor, we really say there's three simple qualities, right? One, an adult needs to be open and vulnerable. That's critical, right? We kind of come in kind of willing to share our entire story. Sometimes we as adults want to only talk about the one thing we used to do or the one thing we're doing now. The young person needs to hear their whole story. And then finally, really commitment to cultural humility and cultural competence. When you work with young people who are different from you, of course, like, you know, I'm 51, so working with a 13-year-old, they may be doing things a little differently. So I need to make sure that I'm understanding who that young person is and have a commitment to that. So that's where we want adults to understand. That's all it really takes to be a good mentor.
Is there a specific need with males, females? Just is there more of a need in one space or the other? Just kind of talk about that.
You know what? We have a simple philosophy. Every kid needs a mentor. They may need a little longer mentoring depending on where they're at, but every young person needs a mentor in their life. And I tell the people, there's no difference between a 4.0 student who needs a mentor and a 0.4 student. Every student needs someone, i.e. an adult, who's alongside of them to really help them navigate this thing we call life. So it's important for people to understand there's a young person who needs support right now, and we just need to fill those holes up.
I'm glad you mentioned that, the difference between the 4.0 student and the 0.4 student, right? Everyone needs a mentor.
That's
Just talk about the different needs in the space of someone who may be academically gifted or gifted in other areas, whereas, you know, someone who we may not look at as gifted, but we know that, you know, there's something in them that could be brought out by the right mentor.
And when you think about a student who, say, is doing extremely well in school, sometimes there's pressure. That excellence that they're trying to achieve requires a lot of, for lack of better terms, extra on themselves. So sometimes they don't know where to go to. They may not have the circle at home, or the teachers always expect them to do an A+. Well, sometimes they need that adult who can really talk them through even the social skills, right? Because when they leave high school and get into the real world, they got to be able to balance all kind of people. And we really believe that that's what the mentor does. Really gets to teach that young person or help the young person truly find where their gaps are. And then how do they strengthen those gaps? How do they get the confidence to go and say, okay, I'm the 4.0 student who wasn't good socially, but now I'm learning to be more confident. We know those are great traits to have as they become adults. Same thing with the 0.4 student. How do we help surround them with people that says, hey man, your academics are just as important as your social skills. Here's some things that we want to do. And some kids have, I like to say, trauma from school, right? So how do we help them get rid of that trauma? That's through support and showing them that this adult who's your mentor cares about who you are and where you are right now.
So someone like myself, say I want to be a mentor, or say there's another adult out there that wants to be a mentor. How do they get involved with this, or how do they become a mentor?
Very simply, they can go to MilwaukeeMentor.com. There's a section that says get involved. Become a mentor. All the person has to do is put in some basic demographics, and then they get to select a program that meets their needs. We always want to match mentors up to their interests as well. So going on that website makes it real easy for them to do that.
We got a few more seconds. Anything else you want to share?
I really want to have people think about supporting young people by being a mentor. And don't be afraid. There's not a big time commitment. There's programs that is as less as an hour and a half to 2 hours a month. There's programs that's an hour to 2 hours a week. This is really about finding something where adults also feel comfortable, but comfortable enough to meet those young people where they are. And I think that's what's critical.
All right, Linnell, thank you so much for joining us here
Thanks
on
for
Black
having
Nouveau.
me. I appreciate it. Thank you.